morning, children. Hope all of you are fine. In the previous class, we have discussed that how did Hitler destruct democracy and establish dictatorship. Today, we shall discuss about the reconstruction of Germany and the beginning and ending of the Second World War. Children, now Hitler became the dictator of Germany. Do you remember the promises of Hitler? He promised that he will provide employment to all. He assured the upliftment of the Germany. So, in order to fulfill all these promises, he started to work on that. After getting power, Hitler tried to reconstruct Germany. Hitler assigned the responsibility of economic recovery to the economist Halmer Sachet. He aimed at full production and full employment through a state-funded work creation program. This project produced the famous German superhighways and the people's car, the Volkswagen. In foreign policy also, Hitler acquired quick success. Hitler pulled out Germany from the League of Nations in 1933. Children, do you heard about League of Nations? It was an organization. It was founded on 10th January 1920, followed by the First World War. Its principal mission was to maintain world peace. But what happened? Hitler pulled out Germany from the League of Nations in 1933 and started to invade the other countries in Europe. So, he reoccupied Rhineland in 1936 and integrated Austria and Germany in 1938 under the slogan "One People, One Empire and One Leader." He was of the opinion that resources are to be accumulated through the expansion of territory. Hitler was always favored an aggressive foreign policy. At that time, Sachet had advised Hitler to stop this aggressive foreign policy, but Hitler was not ready to hear his advice. At last, Sachet had to leave the country. At the same time, Hitler chose war as the way out of the approaching economic crisis. Resources were to be accumulated through expansion of territory. This ideology of Hitler seemed to reverse the destiny of the country, and it led to Second World War and the defeat of Germany and Hitler. Let's discuss about the beginning and ending of the Second World War. In September 1939, Germany invaded Poland. This started a war with France and England. This was the beginning of the Second World War. So, in September 1940, a Tripartite Pact was signed between Germany, Italy and Japan. By the end of 1940, Hitler was at the pinnacle of his power. Hitler now moved to achieve his long-term aim of conquering Eastern Europe. He wanted to ensure food supplies and living space for Germans. He attacked Soviet Union, means Russia, in June 1941. In this historic blunder, Hitler exposed the German Western Front to British aerial bombing and the Eastern Front to the powerful Soviet armies. The Soviet Red Army inflicted a crushing and humiliating defeat on Germany at Stalingrad. After this, the Soviet Red Army hunted out the retreating German soldiers until they reached the heart of Berlin. Berlin is the capital of Germany. So what happened to Germany and Hitler? They were defeated by the Soviet Union and the England. Meanwhile, the USA had resisted involvement in the war. It was unwilling to once again face all the economic problems that the First World War had caused. But Japan tried to expand its power in the East. It had occupied French Indochina and was planning attacks on US naval bases in the Pacific. When Japan extended its support to Hitler and bombed the US base at Pearl Harbor, the US forced to enter the Second World War. Children, do you heard about the Hiroshima and Nagasaki? When Japan tried to invade Pearl Harbor, America resisted it through the dropping of atom bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the important places in Japan. At last, the Second World War ended in May 1945 with Hitler's defeat. This was the beginning and ending of the Second World War. Let me conclude today's session. I hope all of you have understood the content clearly. For your reference, I have uploaded the URL. Go through it. Notes are also attached along with this. Take it down. A test question paper is also there. Try it yourself. Thank you.